Yeah. Yeah, baby. The Mac is back. We are back in business. Another demo today. It's been a while. I had COVID. Wasn't so great. Wasn't super excited about that. Still extremely tired. Having a bit of cough. I also might have contracted another thing as well. That sounds a bit wrong, but hopefully I don't get sick again. So apologies if my voice is a bit hoarse or if my brain is a bit scrambled, but it is the COVID's doing that. So Heavyocity stuff again. You know me, I'm a big Heavyocity fan. Let me jump myself into Studio One, and yeah, it's Vocalise 3. I'm a huge fan of Vocalise 1 and 2. Both are just great stuff and super unique in the world of vocal libraries. I'm especially fond of a lot of the rhythmic patches or components of these libraries because, well, it's something that pretty much no one else is doing. And I think they're really brave because a lot of the ideas are quite out there. And I'm a huge fan of that because when I'm playing with them, I'm like, holy shit, like this is new, this is fresh. I can't believe they did this. And you kind of, a lot of the time, find yourself asking, like, can I use this? Am I going to use this? And obviously, I'm the person who's absolutely going to use that kind of stuff. So again, huge fan of this. This is the contact view. Obviously, when you open this up, it's split into these 5 different categories. You got melodic phrases, then you have intervals, rhythmic pedals, scapes and drones, and vowels. So there's obviously going to be a lot to go through. I'm not going to be going through all of these because there's just so much content here. What's important to understand about this structure is that obviously, in the case of phrases and other kind of pre-recorded stuff, it is in a certain key. You can adjust those things, as we'll see in a moment. But yeah, I mean, a lot of you can use these keys as a starting point, and then you kind of understand what this content is about. We don't have to go through all of them for you to understand how it's kind of laid out and so forth. There are a few different singers in here. You can see different names. You got Carla, Kristen. Sorry if I pronounced these wrong. Let's see, melodic patterns. Oh, phrases. Yeah. Well, anyway, let's just jump straight into. I'm going to start with the melodic phrases. So these are pre-recorded phrases. Let's just do A major. The first patch here, and this is the view that opens up. Let me just check that everything is going good in the old streaming thingy, and it looks good to me. So let's just play first and then explain further stuff. So you can hear these pre-recorded phrases. Obviously, these are in A major. You can adjust these. So if you look down here into this pink area, I guess that's pink, that's really the key control. So let's just test that out. So that allows you to change the pitch and fit it with your track. Obviously you have the 2 knob here in contact as well, but primarily I'd use this and then, you know, use that if it's not working. My stomach seems to be making a noise, but I should be fully fed. So, oh, shut the... yeah, so that's it. I did notice that there's kind of a drone layer down here below this octave that we played, and I'm just going to showcase that as well. So you can use this octave here to, you know, pull up different drones. I kind of wish they color-coded that so it's very clear what's actually happening there. But you get the idea. Drone, phrase layer. As you can see here, well, hear and see, I guess. But here mainly, these sound stunning. They're amazingly well recorded and just so soulful. And also the consideration that has gone into making these phrases very usable. Like I can hear that these are gonna sit very nicely in different places without me having to do a bunch of editing and choosing to make the, you know, the part fit what I'm working on. So really good stuff. Oh yeah, this is obviously a Gravity pack, and this is number 8, although it's Vocalise 3. Gravity packs are standalone products, so you don't need Gravity to be able to use these. But the Gravity engine is fantastic. It is super intuitive to me, super fast to use. I think there are better demos explaining all of that, but obviously you've got the big knob here. Everybody loves big knobs. That's basically your, you know, punish knob there. But yes, everything is super cleanly laid out. I'm a huge fan of this. Initially, I thought it was, you know, I wouldn't say cluttered. I thought of it as kind of didn't look super intuitive. But once you start using it, things are so musical and so easy to use. There's just a lot of controls. So I think that was what I was going through initially, because I felt a bit overwhelmed. But it's an amazing engine. Let's do a different key. Let's do C minor melodic phrases. So again, here we have a drone. I mean, that's a track right there. Like, what do you want? Like, this is the Heavyocity stuff. Like, the productional quality is always excellent. To me, this sounds even more polished and mature, kind of a little less edgier than the previous sounds. And this is like sitting in a pretty much perfect place for my taste in terms of, you know, production quality and mixing, because it's breathing really nicely. But I like, what do you want? Like, what more can you want? Let's do minor minor keys. Sorry, I'm so excited. This is, I live for this stuff. So yeah, let's do minor keys, because everybody knows that those are better. So again, I think we're going to do a drone first, and then let's pick a drone this time, because I'm always playing the same key here. So this is so good. It sounds so beautiful and pristine and so soulful. This is like the way they've, like, phrases are, in many cases, with many libraries, phrases are difficult to work with, especially strings, any kind of orchestral stuff. With vocals, it's a bit different, because it's really, 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 really difficult to build amazing sounding, playable, flexible vocal sample libraries. So, and even though there are good ones out there, they don't always pull off what you're after. So I do use phrases quite a bit. And the thing is, you want them to be obviously, you know, realistic and soulful, and that's why you have an actual recording that you're playing back. But it's not as simple to design the kind of phrases that have extreme usability in a composition. So these are simple enough and soulful enough for you to you know, implement them in your tracks, and, you know, do a tiny bit of tweaking or editing, or, you know, cutting out certain parts of the sample. But these are extremely usable, and I've had many years of experience of working with what's out there, and you know, these seem just to sit in that productional process in a very nice way. I just want to try something with the pitch bend, because sometimes you sort of want to, I find myself adding these kind of semitone jumps here and there. So I just want to hear, first of all, let's find a phrase that works well with that, and then test what it sounds like. Yeah, that was gorgeous. It's a bit like, obviously you can adjust how sensitive the pitch control here is. I don't know, I don't actually want to even check, but yeah, you know, I have to do very minute shifts to make. But that last one sounded perfectly realistic to me. Obviously it depends a bit on the phrase. Sometimes the higher vocal parts sound, or they lend themselves better to that kind of pitch shifting. But I mean, that's amazing. Just adjust the pitch control amount and then, you know, you're set. So that's just a minor quirk or interest of mine. Let's do F sharp minor, which actually happens to be one of the keys I like to work in. Also really like G sharp minor, but yeah, let's see. Again, let's do a drone, and also, as you can see, the last octave in these phrase settings tend to be the lower vocal parts. So yeah, I wish those were color coded. Maybe I actually don't. Okay, so these actually tell what they do. Trigger effects. Distortion, lo-fi filter, panner, delay, and then these are motion triggers. Don't know what they actually do. Sorry for my ignorance, but yeah, trying to demonstrate this more to you in terms of what it sounds like. There are people who are more technically inclined. And yeah, by the way, I am doing this blind. I've only played a few seconds of this prior to this stream. So this is more or less me blindly reacting to this. And also thanks for Heavyocity for sending me this to check out. I haven't been asked to say anything specific, positive or negative, and haven't been paid anything. So all thoughts, good and bad, are my own. So let's do F sharp minor. Yeah, again, like this is stupidly good. And like I'm a huge fan of the, you know, the tonal language and the actual melodies they've gone through. Really tickles my bones nicely. I don't know if that sounds a bit wrong, but yeah, big fan of everything that's going on here. So that was the gist of the melodic phrases. Obviously, you understand the sheer amount of stuff that's in here, because obviously every key here appears to have 4 different you know, patches, and obviously these are in the key and in the style that they state. You can adjust the keys of all of them with the, you know, the lowest pink octave area here. So, and all of these have their own recorded phrases per note. So it's a lot of stuff to go through. But the good side is that they're all super musical, flexible, usable. So you just go with the key that is closest to the one you're working in, then adjust with the, you know, controls down here or the key switches down here if need be, and then you will find something usable. in that octave. So you don't need to obsess about, finding the exact right phrase, because most likely you will find something usable by using that method. So we have the second folder here, which says intervals, and that's precisely what it is. So you have a root note, and then you have a note trigger to do a interval jump. So this is kind of interesting. I'm not sure whether the previous ones had that kind of a thing. So let me check. I don't think they did. I could be wrong about this because it's been a while. I don't think so. Again, maybe I'm wrong, but interval. So this must be something that was asked for, probably by a bunch of pro composers. I can definitely see the utility in this because a lot of the time you need a specific jump, and this is kind of a very quick way of getting that utility. So let's jump in. I'm again completely blind here, so let's just see how we work this out. Okay, so you get the idea. Every octave here has its direction, and every note here represents a interval jump. So let's play with it a bit more. Okay, so that's pretty cool. This actually, it might not seem super exciting, but again, in many specific scenarios, you want to do a interval jump of some sort, and this gives that utility to you. It sounds like we have two different singers here, at least. Or actually, no. It says Carla, so I assume all of this is Carla, just with a different vocal tone, and that's pretty impressive because it obviously a world-class singer, but a very different tone, and that's difficult to pull off to that extent. Okay, now obviously I see the logic here. It doesn't go exactly in octaves because obviously it's a semitone. Well, not necessarily a semitone jump, but it goes through all the possible jumps, and then the second set begins. So that's super cool. I'm actually, as I'm playing this, I'm realizing how powerful this is. It's such a simple idea, but this really nicely bridges the gap between all super playable vocal sample libraries versus phrase sample libraries, and this is kind of in between, and you can really quickly find what you're looking for. And if in a song okay, I want this jump to happen, you have the utility to do that. Obviously you have to choose again the key you're in. Let's see if let's do and it always states the root note here. So let's do Carla once more, and let's do G sharp. Let me try and do that properly. The pitch shift is too intense, so. It's a bit tricky, but doable. Cool, so you get the idea. I'm not gonna poke at this folder anymore because you get the gist of it. Super usable. I'm actually, the more you play with it, the more you realize how useful it is. All right, so folder 3, Rhythmic Pedals. This is probably, as I started with, one of my favorite things about these libraries, and you're gonna hear why in just a moment. So we got single pedals, mono, stereo, single remix pedals, stacked pedal combos. So let's just open up the pedal menus here, and let's just start with A and see where we find ourselves.
Na do te se setema ta sakate sa takatakala takatakala ta no do ni do me.
Maybe you understand what I meant by this being very ballsy, because in my experience most composers wouldn't be using that. They don't hear interesting stuff in there, or maybe it's too weird, too ballsy. To me, it's like, this is inspiring stuff. You can obviously hear that they're in the same note, obviously, and this is the key that we're in. And again, going down here to the pink zone, which sounds wrong, but that's what it is, that controls the key. So let me demonstrate that.
Anu doni 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 doni anna anado 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 anado.
So you get the basic idea. So we got some whispers here and the full voice stuff and so forth. What I like to do with these is play with the timing of things. So obviously these are rhythmic patterns. So you can play with when you actually trigger it, and that's going to cascade into a completely different rhythm. So I'm just going to have a play around.
Anu anado anado doni te setema ta sakate sa anu te se setema te setema ta sakate sa setema ta sakate sa setema anu anu doni anu doni anu
So ultimately, you decide what kind of webs and structures you want to create with that. Again, ooh, straight whisper menu male. think this is something new. I don't think the two previous Vocalises have any male vocals, except maybe for some of the drone stuff, but I'm not sure. Let's check it out. I'm not going to continue that because it sounds like ASMR and a lot of people are going to be uncomfortable. Now, it sounds great. Let's see. Straight pedal menus. I wonder whether there are more male vocals in here. But yeah, you got straight, and then you have triplet. Well, let's do a triplet here. So pretty intense polyrhythm there, but yeah, these are what they do. I mean, there's a lot of interesting patterns and stuff in here. So let's do F sharp. Let's check that out. So yeah, that's what it does. I have realized that I've not seen the chat for this entire time. So if there has been someone there, I do apologize for not putting the chat in front of my eyes. I know I'm a pro streamer. So yeah, love these rhythms. Let's do stacked pedal combos. This might be a bit crazy, but we'll see. Let's check it out. Apologies for my poor timing. My buffer shouldn't be too long, but obviously these timings are, you really need to be precise about them, because even those tiny discrepancies are going to line it up off. So sorry, I'm trying to do my best here, but it's not enough, Marcus. It's not enough. I love these patches where the pitch is baked into what you're doing, because this allows you to play with the rhythm, play with the texture, play with obviously the harmonies and those kind of things. So this might be, you know, one of my favorite approaches with these, because you might have your composition for the most part already, and you want to kind of something, you know, vocally playing there. So, you know, me liking, let's put it that way. So you get the idea. Not great writing there, but from my part. But yeah, these are like such a bountiful source of ideas, and these can often like inspire entire songs. So yeah, amazing stuff. This, I think, again, is a new kind of a folder, at least in the way that it's named. So you have Scapes and drones, and let's do vocal drones first. I'm a huge fan, so we'll see what it sounds like. Pretty cool. Really guttural, is that a word? I don't know. That's my favorite so far. Really kind of those micro tonal shifts and nice textures. Again, that's down my alley. It's pretty nice. Let's do one more. That's really nice. I like those kind of soundscapey excuse my COVID. Soundscapey ones really a lot more. Let's do vocal scapes. This is interesting. I have no idea what to expect. Breath scapes is the first one. This is really nice. I have a very specific use case for this, and this is really, really good. Again, the productional quality shines with this Heavyocity stuff, but that was ready to be used, and it's precisely what I'm after. So, okay, vocal scapes, A major, yeah. Okay, that's grade. That's S tier stuff. This is really, 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 really good. Loving the sound of that. Let's do something in F sharp. Let's do minor. Yeah, this is really good. This extends the usability of this library even further, which was already really, really good. Because this is like, this section alone could be a library in itself and worthwhile, because the productional quality is so insanely good. Yeah. Let's do another one. Yeah, go get it. Go get it right now. Okay, well, I mean, wow. That could be a library in itself, sold on its own. Pretty incredible. Vowels. So here you have two choices. You got moving vowels, looped, single vowels, single shot. So obviously these are probably moving a bit more and they loop. So you got ooh, ahs, or ooh, ahs, ms, o, ohs. You can read. I'm gonna stop doing that. Let's check a few. So yeah, like basic notes. This gives you more leverage in case you need some specificity. No legato here. So it's, pretty basic in that sense. But I would personally use this if I needed some, patching in. Maybe some of the other elements didn't quite do what I wanted them to do. So yeah. Let's do Ooh Ooh by Kristen. I gotta say that's surprisingly good for something that doesn't do the legato thing. That would actually be realistically usable with a bit of tweaking. We have some stack options here. Let's check out how they work. Again, I'm surprised by how playable that is and how good it sounds, because there's no, you know, programming, scripting, legato magic going on. So it's just well-chosen recordings with brilliant sound design effects. So that's really, really well done with those, with that kind of an approach. Single Oz, Carla, let's do that. So again, single Oz, it's, you know, not hyper realistic. You can find, you know, ways of working with it that makes it more realistic sounding. But again, I would use this personally to patch in, you know, missing components. But again, you can definitely, especially if you start to combine these Oz and, you know, different actual, because the problem here is that we're repeating the same vowel, which creates a lot of the unrealism. So, you know, that's my fault as a as a composer, as a producer. So again, you want to vary these things and combine them to create the realism. The sense of realism is a really complex process, and it's not, you know, you can't boil it down to a single component. So let's check out Single Stack 01. Let's see what it's all about. Again, super, I like these stacks. They're very playable, very flexible. Let's do 5. That's really good. I'm pretty surprised that I'm actually hearing, you know, ideas and utility for these. Obviously, these are kind of the most simple form of what this library can offer, but they're surprisingly good. Okay, that's it. I guess we went through all of it. Maybe, I hope I did this rhythmic section justice. I want to do one more of these. Let's do this at random, just to, you know, tickle my curiosity. So that's what I'm talking about. Like, I love the fact that the simple change of timing with when you trigger it, because obviously the temptation is to just, you know, layer notes simultaneously, but you can, with such simple change, you can inspire an entire track. So yeah, this is right down my alley. Let's do combo 4.
Do mi do mi sol do mi do mi sol do mi do mi sol do mi sol do mi sol do mi 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 do mi
So yeah, that's those are some of the ideas that I love to do with this. But I think that's enough for today. We've been on for almost an hour, so yeah, that's Vocalise 3 as presented by yours truly. I'm very excited about this direction. I think every single Vocalise release has been an improvement without losing the essence. It's been super, they've all been super great quality from the beginning. They simply give you slightly different textures, slightly different tools. And this, to me, sounds like the production quality is even next level. Like the clarity, the musicality, the presence, the air is very striking to me in a very positive way. And it seems a tiny bit less kind of edgier and more balanced. So that's what I'm all about. I love the sound of this. So yeah, I hope that blind demo review has been useful to you. Go check it out yourself, and I do strongly recommend this if you like the style and the tone. There's really, as I said in the beginning, there's really nothing like Vocalise in my experience out there. And what a tremendously useful kit. I mean, the drones, the soundscapes, I'm gonna pull so much utility out of that. The rhythmic section, you can build entire tracks based on those, and the phrases are just world class. And like I said, they're extremely usable in very specific use cases. You don't have to be at the mercy of the phrase because they are so well designed. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for Heavyocity for sending me this. Always a pleasure. Always super excited to see what you've been cooking. And cool. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you want to hear or see something different about it. But yeah, I can strongly recommend this. Okay, cool. Well, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Finished.